Well, friends, welcome back to the studio where we just dissecting the Word of God and just enjoying being encouraged by what He has to say to us in and through His Word. Now, on our first episode, we spoke about Jesus and we looked at some lessons and how He used to communicate with Father in heaven and the importance of always having constant communication with Father in heaven. Now, let us just pick up from where we left off, and we find that Jesus Christ was asking a lot of pertinent questions. We're not sure the reason why he asked those questions, but I'm sure Jesus Christ, being Jesus Christ, always has a reason to do something, to ask questions. And we find that the first question, even as we have heard in our last episode, he asked his disciples, whom do these men that I have taught, these men that I have fed, who do they say that I am? Someone that I was involved with very, very recent, just maybe a few hours ago. So he's asking his disciples, and the reason why he's asking his disciples, because his disciples were in constant contact with these men that you have taught, these men that were fed with the 5 loaves and 2 fish. And we find that Jesus Christ was satisfied with the answer. Some said that he is John the Baptist, some said that he is Elijah, some were relating to him to one of the great prophets. And Jesus Christ was satisfied. And then he went one step further and he said, you know what? Whom do you say that I am? You, the disciples. Now we're going to pick it up from Matthew chapter 16 and verse number 15. Jesus said to them, he said to his disciples, after praying and spending time with them, he says, but who do you yourselves say that I am? So the reason why he's pointing this question is, if the 5,000 people, 5,000 men who have just taught and who have just fed, they experience me maybe for the first time, listening to me, listening to what I have to speak and what encouragement I have to bring and what lifestyle I have to demonstrate. Maybe it's their first encounter. And also maybe their first encounter in experiencing a miracle where the 5 loaves and 2 fish, where they have come hungry and Jesus Christ met to their needs. So he's saying that I understand, but you disciples, you that heard me many of times, you that traveled with me, you that dined out with me, have eaten with me many times, you that have experienced so many miracles. Now, who do you say that I am? Who are you saying that I am? So when that question was proposed and asked, immediately there was this gentleman called Simon Peter, and he instantly replied. The moment the question was posed, he instantly replied and he said, you are Christ, the Son of the living God. And we find that the question was posed, there was an immediate answer to the question, and to that answer there was an immediate reaction by Jesus Christ. In verse number 17 of Matthew chapter 16, Jesus answered him and said, blessed. The NIV, the New King James Version will illustrate it, but the Amplified will illustrate it the best. It says, then Jesus answered him, that is Simon Peter. He was very distinct. He was answering him because he answered the question and he was replying to Simon Peter. He's saying, blessed, happy, fortunate, and to be envied are you. Notice this, that there is an individual response. We find that firstly, there was a question that was posed to many, that is all the disciples, and there was an answer by one of the disciples. And Jesus Christ now is responding to that answer by the specific disciple, and that is Simon Peter. It's saying, happy, fortunate, and to be envied are you. Immediately, Jesus found favor. By giving a favorable reply, Jesus found favor in the answer of who? Of Simon Peter. He's saying, happy, fortunate, and to be envied are you. You are happy, you are fortunate, and people need to envy you for the reply that you have given. It's saying Simon Barjona. It's immediately pointing to what? Not only Simon, but also relating to his father. And he's saying Simon Barjona, for flesh and blood. That means man. No man has indicated this to you. No one has revealed this to you. No man has indicated this to you. No man has revealed this to you that I am Christ, the Son of the living God. But my Father who is in heaven. Now Simon learned a lot of times. He's seen Jesus Christ and he's seen the importance of Jesus Christ connecting to Father in heaven. Even in this illustration where Jesus Christ got the 5 loaves and 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish, and what did he do? He gave thanks. And another time where we find that Jesus Christ related to Father in heaven, and Simon Peter must have seen this, and he must have developed the same relationship with Father in heaven, always giving Father in heaven thanks for Jesus Christ and what Jesus Christ has done. And because of his relationship with Father in heaven, we find that this was revealed about the Son. So it's important for us to have a relationship with Father in heaven. And in having a relationship with Father in heaven, there is a lot of revelations that can be unfolded from our lives. Some things that are not taught to us, but because of our relationship with Father in heaven, these things become revealed and become evident. And we find that what happened? This was pleasing to Jesus Christ. And that is what we want to do. We want to live a life that is pleasing, that is holy, that is just. And by the mere fact that we have a relationship with Father in heaven, this can please Jesus Christ. And we see in this verse that how pleased Jesus Christ is. And because of him being pleased, he says, many are to envy you. Many will look up to you. He pronounced a blessing. He's saying, favor is upon your life. Why? Because you have a relationship with Father in heaven. Just as I have a relationship with Father in heaven, Jesus is illustrating. And he's saying this. He's saying, just as I have a relationship with Father in heaven, you have a relationship. And because you have a relationship, all these things are revealed to you, and favor is coming to you. Not only to you, but because of your Father and because of the generations to come, favor will be upon you. And he's being very distinctive, because Simon answered and said, the question was posed to all the disciples, but Simon answered and said, and he said, you know what? You are Christ, the Son of the living God. So he encourages us of our walk and our talk and our lifestyle with Father in heaven needs to become deeper and closer and closer and closer. So I believe that even as we spend time with Father in heaven, knowing the heart of Father in heaven, not only do we know his heart, but he knows our heart, and we can speak favorably and embrace the favor of Father in heaven over our life, and is pleasing to who? To Jesus Christ. So even as we are encouraged this day, I pray that we will go and live with Jesus Christ and constantly have a lifestyle of him because of our relationship with Father in heaven. So God bless you even as you be encouraged, stay encouraged, and live in Jesus Christ. God bless you.